everybody. Today we're going to be replacing the alternator on this 2008 Ford F250 with 6.4. So the alternator is right there, and I think the best option to remove it is going to be from here. So first thing that we need to do, we're gonna disconnect both of the batteries, and then we're gonna continue removing this fender liner so we can have access to the alternator. And to disconnect the battery, you need a 8mm wrench or socket. And now that we have both of the batteries disconnected, we're going to continue to remove the fender liner. You're going to have few screws with the 5.5mm socket. You can remove those. I believe there is a 10mm right there, and I think that's it. Okay, we got this out of the way, and there were actually three. They were not 10, they were 8mm. There were one here and two right here, and there was one clip holding the washer fluid line. And as you can see, we have the alternator right here. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove the dry belt, and that way we can get the alternator out of the way and go get a new one. Okay, so now I have my 3/8 ratchet, and the only way that I could do it, it was from underneath. Kind of have to squeeze your hand a little bit. I did struggle, but I think you can do it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna put down on the ratchet, try to remove the belt from one side only. I don't want to remove all the belt from all the pulleys, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so as you can see, I got the belt hooked up to this rubber bungee cord, and let me show you what I did. To the tensioner, I got the ratchet, and I got one of these pipes holding it down until I can get the new alternator and put the belt in place. So the next thing, it's to remove the alternator. Okay, now it's time to remove the alternator. We're gonna remove the connector. I think I'm gonna remove all 3 bolts, which they are 15 millimeter, and then I'm going to remove the wire. And to remove the wire, you'll need a 13 millimeter socket. Okay guys, and here we have the alternator. So I went to check yesterday, and they did have 2 different ones with different amperage. Hopefully they have the right one. Sometimes, you know, they don't have any stock, but so let's go check. Okay everybody, so here we have the new alternator from AutoZone, and this is the part number. Put it on, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put the wire and then we're gonna put all 3 screws in there. So the screws, they are all the same size, so there's not specific so you can, so they're all the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, got the wire where the connect got the wire done, got the connector, got the 3 bolts, and now let's go ahead and put the dry belt, release the tensioner, and put the fender liner and test it. Hopefully you know, the alternators, hopefully the alternator is good, you know, because sometimes even though they're new they are bad, but hopefully this one is good. Okay, got the dry belt in the alternator, and let's go ahead and release the tensioner. Now we're going to connect the batteries. So I'm gonna drive it for a little bit. Hopefully the alternator is charging the system and we're good to go. Hey guys, so I just drove the truck for a few minutes and seems to be working good. Another way to test it, I'm gonna use my scanner. System voltage check. And there we go, alternator voltage 13.69. So before I replace the alternator, I start the truck a couple of minutes and the battery light will illuminate. Check the battery voltage, check the alternator voltage, and it was 11.7. So everything below 12 I believe is not in range. Another way If you don't have a scanner, you can take it to an AutoZone and they will check it for you. But that's it. There you go, guys. There you have it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the next video.